Rachael Kirkconnell's Instagram went down. Did you guys see this? Everyone thought she deleted her Instagram. Let's go and check it out. Did this ever happen to you? Her Instagram went dark last night. Well, she posted, let's go and see what she posted. She posted, woke up to no Instagram this AM. Secure your accounts, kids. Yeah, so, but she got all of her clothes, all of her everything back, her photos. So wait, this is actually a big deal. This is from 35 minutes ago. We have Rachael Kirkconnell sharing Matt James' Instagram photo. Listen, this is where I need the breaking news button. Ladies and gentlemen, is this the first time Rachael has shared? Obviously we respect that they are trying to keep their relationship off of their social medias. But if you guys have followed, Matt James was on the Pomp podcast with Anthony Pompliano and was very clear talking about his relationship with Rachael. It was a fantastic interview. But this is very interesting here. Let's see. Let's click on it and see what we have here. This is where we go down the wormhole. Matt James says the gift of conversation lies less in displaying it ourselves than in drawing it out of others. Today we begin a series focused on financial literacy, savings accounts, what is cryptocurrency, budgeting, etc. Our goal is and always has been to provide access to resources, individuals, and opportunities so that our students can make informed decisions for themselves and their families. And of course, a cute photo of Matt James with a t-shirt that says, "I get paid in Bitcoin." And then Rachael Kirkconnell supporting his charities to provide financial literacy to the youth. Guys, I think everybody that said Matt James was a bad guy should go to ABC Food Tours and send a small donation. I'm just saying, because I felt bad, I sent a donation, but if you contributed to any of the hate, it's not your fault. Bachelor, society, the mob, people get angry. They, whatever. We'd make choices based on the information we have. But I encourage you to check out his foundation, ABC Food Tours, if you haven't already, and give him a support because he's going to be doing a lot of good things that will far exceed the capacity of Bachelor franchise. He is working. And by the way, nice quads too. This guy can just really get it. Natalie says, I choose Fluffy over giving up my claws. Last year, hold on, I'm sorry, I'm late to the party here. I got kicked off of Reels. Derek says, if I follow you, are you going to do a congratulations post to the winner before I can watch it on Hulu the next day? I don't know. Are you asking me if I'm going to spoil it? I don't know. I can't promise I won't. I can't promise I won't be spoiling things. I have no idea. But yeah, 10,000 for me. I mean, I just don't promote. I don't promote Instagram enough on here, but I'm trying to start to. I'm trying to start like coming up with Instagram specific content. But all right, let's hear what Rachael has to say. Let's give her a listen. Let me turn the background music off. As long as there's no copyrighted music, we should be okay playing this. So let's have a listen to Rachael Kirkconnell's recent post. She looks like she's in a happy place.
Hi. Okay, a few things. A lot of y'all are asking me like what I do for my skin because it looked so smooth and clear and whatnot on
those eyebrows.
One of my stories, and I just have to tell y'all, I totally I think it's that Paris filter, put a Paris filter on that video because I thought my skin looked gross.
You're 24
and
your skin's gonna look good.
I instantly regretted that because I'm not a fan of the whole, just filters in general, really, because they're not really. I cut myself off. But what I was saying basically is that this app, or just what you see on it and how so many people portray themselves, it's just so fake, and the beauty standards are they're so unachievable. They're literally impossible because they're not real. And I think it just messes with so many people's self-esteem. It messes with my self-esteem, even just seeing myself with and without a filter. And that's, yeah, I don't like them for that exact reason. I just think that our generation and the generation below us and whatnot, with social media and filters and just all of these like actually unachievable standards of beauty just sucks. And I don't ever want to be someone that does that. So sorry for doing that today. And also, a lot of you guys are asking, probably should not be the one to talk about this, but you guys are asking how you secure your Instagram account, or I guess make it more secure. Go to settings, go to security, and there's, I think it's two-factor authentication.
Oh, you got to do the two-factor.
Click that, turn on your text,
you're a
turn
celebrity.
on, like, the login request. There's even backup codes, and you can use third-party apps, so much stuff.
By the way, I got to cut this off. Tasha, this is so funny. Tasha's off camera here. Rachael Kirkconnell is explaining how to use two-step authentication, right? Because her Instagram got hacked. Rachel, if you're listening, your mom sent me a virus on Facebook. Kim, if you're watching this, I know you unsent it. I don't mean to put you on blast. It was so funny to me when I got that, because I knew not to click. It was like look what they're saying about you, and then we're so obsessed with ourselves that everyone's like, I don't know what they're saying about me, but I knew it was a virus, so I don't blame you for it. My mom has sent me 1,000 of those. I don't click never click a link that comes from your mother. Okay, chances are it's a virus. You're gonna owe some Nigerian prince $1,000. Something's going wrong. But boy, people are getting duped out there. So Rachael, she has secured her Instagram. Let's go back to this story.
Yeah, just so people can't get into your account, like me. And one more thing, because I already see some of y'all trolling me in my DMs. By filter, I'm talking about the filters that actually change your face and what you look like. Things like Facetune, where girls are changing their bodies and their face and whatnot. That's what I mean by an unachievable standard of beauty. I have no problem with people putting a little filter on their photos to change the color, or you guys know I love my grain. Like, I'll never stop doing that, because I don't think that makes things an unachievable standard of beauty. So
that was Rachael Kirkconnell explaining why she doesn't want to be using filters. Not the filters that change like the sepia color, but the ones that are altering people's faces. What's your I mean, of course, like, it's Mental Health Awareness Month, and here we are thinking we don't like how we look in our camera unless we have a filter on. What are your thoughts?
Oh yeah, that hits close to home, because I hate looking at myself on stories without a filter, but I try not to do the ones that are like crazy. I don't want to change my face shape or give myself giant lips or like very cat eye or whatever. But something that has like a nice softening, I appreciate.
Yeah, but don't you think?
But then you see yourself on real camera, and you're like, oh my gosh.
So and apparently, like if you're gonna be someone who's got 600,000 followers, people are gonna be like, hey, you're 25 years old. Why are you using filters to make your lips look bigger or your nose look smaller or whatever? It's almost like, don't you think God somewhere in heaven being like, I gave you beauty, now you're making it worse? Like, you know what I mean? Any thoughts? Any advice out there for others? Because you grew up in the modeling world before Instagram. I'm not trying to, give away your age here, but you've got a decade on Rachael.
Mm-hmm.
You're a queen, Tasha.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, but you were able to live in the modeling world where you might Photoshop your headshot, but you're not Photoshopping every scene of your life. Like what's gonna happen next? Obviously suicide rates are higher with younger women than they've ever been. The need to look perfect in this and that. I mean, do you think people can rationally separate how they look in their filtered, photos and videos versus like who they see in the mirror every day? Like, would you let our kids do that?
Use filters on. I don't think our kids are gonna phone till they're 16.
That's what you say now until they're 12, and you're like, shut up already, Samantha, and you just give them a phone. But like, we don't have to worry about this because we don't have children, but like there's, we were well into our adulthood before filters came out. I know as a guy, the only time I'm ever using a filter is if you're like, babe, we're using a filter. And then all of a sudden your rosy cheeks pop up onto mine when it pans over to me and it's a whole thing. But it's got to be something people are having a more of a discussion about, because it's almost like we banned the sale of, or the marketing of cigarettes to teens. So yet we're doing something maybe even more harmful, because the cigarettes might give you lung cancer, but this is giving you the thought that you're not as good in real life as you can be online. That's more messed up than anything a cigarette can do, in my opinion.
There's lots of great things about the internet. There's lots of great things about TikTok and Instagram, but it is it requires like a delicate balance. Sometimes I have to tell myself, like, I'll catch myself scrolling and I just know I need to close the phone and go do something else. But yeah, I think I consider myself pretty like rational and level-headed, but I also feel bad sometimes when I see myself with no filter. I do, or I see my body in a photo. I absolutely agree with you that kids need to be careful to not.
I'm 36. I feel bad when I see myself,
and their brains are so malleable, and I don't know. Yeah, I worry about them like sort of like forming their opinions of themselves and the world.
But what's interesting is you get someone like Rachel. So are you still listening?
Yeah,
so I'll just play this again for those, because I'm going to make a second clip out of this because I think it's important.
A lot of y'all are asking me.
So she talks about her skincare.
And instantly regretted that, because I never ever.
Regretting the
I'm not
filter.
a fan of the whole, just filters in general, really, because they're not really. I cut myself off. But what I was saying basically is that this app, or just what you see on it and how so many people portray themselves, it's just so fake.
So anyway, not to repeat it for the audience there, but it's good to see that, maybe people will start to, maybe people will be like shamed out of using filters, which is kind of weird, but shame's kind of a tool. Like clearly in her DMs, she was getting people being like, F you, you're beautiful. Like, they're not, sometimes we're shamed for bad reasons. And sometimes society like sculpts us back to the way we're supposed to be, which is probably no filter, And I'm not here to shame it if you use a filter. It's just like, we need to be more educated about what we're doing with it, so that we know when we're putting that on, that like, if there's like a kid, it's a different scenario with like whatever they think from it.
The pendulum does swing back, right? Like for a long time, Instagram was people posting like a super curated version of their lives, very aesthetic, very carefully chosen photos and crafted poses and all of this stuff. And the younger generation is pushing back against that. And that's why TikTok is so informal, right? It's their new like Gen Z app, and they are super informal. They post a lot more just like photo dumps, regular pictures like this. Like, yeah, she looks great. She looks amazing. But this is not a perfect photo. That's not perfectly filtered and photoshopped. This is just a girl with a tan line.
Yep. Just a girl with a tan line. So anyway, I don't know. No moral to the story other than, do you want to give an update on your Poshmark?
Yeah, I got
this
like
is
3
incredible.
sales.
You guys. We're not trying to run a telethon here,
Wait,
but
I just saw someone, Crafty Beach. She bought my romper. That was the last.
Wait, hold on. Kathy Beach bought your romper? Crafty Beach? Where's your romper here?
I don't know.
Tasha's selling out of there. you just got, and you know what, Tasha's...
And someone bought the Supras. You said someone.
Oh, someone bought Tasha's Supras. Okay, there it is, folks. We got someone with the foot deals gotten Tasha's Supras. For sure, Tasha's going to complain to me. Now I got to put all the packages together.
I just have to go to the post office because I don't have any like smaller bags. I only have giant boxes.
What commission do I get for peddling your stuff on my platform?
Hugs and kisses.
I get
You get to go to the post office with me.
Wow. Well, we'll be going to the post office because I've actually got like 30 new postcards to send. I know.
Put a postcard in everybody's Poshmark.
Yeah,
too.
everyone's going to get one in your Poshmark, and then we're out. As soon as we're out of these postcards, I'm never going to print these again. Then we'll have a new one. But those are all the new Patreon members. So anyway, we'll move it on from here. But that's a pretty interesting thing going on there.